Good evening everyone. As a part of daily mains program DMP 4th day, I gave you 4 questions yesterday. 2 questions from the polity and governance and 2 questions from the newspaper editorial or else main important news events of that day or that week, whatever that may be. Okay, the first question. Let's start with the first question. Okay, critically analyze. Let's start with the first question. Critically analyze the recent Supreme Court's verdict on LGBTQIA plus some others or simply LGBTQIA or same-sex marriage issue based on the various provisions of the Constitution. Critically analyze the recent verdict on the LGBT same marriage issue based on the various provisions of the Constitution, which means based on the various provisions of the Indian Constitution. Okay, critically analyze the recent Supreme Court verdict on the LGBT issue or same marriage issue. There was a barrage of the petitions before the Supreme Court of India. Okay, while giving the verdict on these petitions, the Supreme Court of India recently has delivered a judgment on the LGBT, lesbians, gays, bisexual, transgender, queers, okay, asexual, okay, queers and asexual. These are various sections of the unnatural kind of some sex, so-called unnatural sex. Now they are demanding marriage, which means they demanded to be included their marriage issue in the India's Special Marriage Act 1954 or the Special Marriage Act 1954. This is what they demand. So if what is the use of this marriage? If their marriages have been recognized, they can get the various facilities, amenities and rights in the Indian society like adoption, inheritance, insurance, PF, okay, various issues are there. They can claim a family life like other people are claiming. So around 34 countries so far have granted same marriage special powers, right to special same marriage among the LGBT. 34 countries, include some European countries, South American countries and various countries, include some Asian countries as well. But out of 34 countries so far recognized, out of 34 there are various continents from almost all continents, include some African countries also. Okay, now it is an issue before the Supreme Court of India. Various religious organizations like RSS, okay, AMPL, this Muslim Personal About, they are dead against for the same marriage act. But however, the Supreme Court of India appointed 5 constitutional bench headed by the Chief Justice Y.V. Chandrachud. Okay, over a period of time, this has been go on before this delivered as a final judgment. Around based on the ratio of 3:2 ratio, it was rejected. 3 judges are against, 2 judges are favored this one. But this is an interesting judgment. What is this judgment? As a crux, I will tell you the crux of the essence. You should not write down everything because only 150 words. But crux is important. Essence of that judgment is the Supreme Court of India, okay, based on this 3:2 ratio, declined to grant the special marriage, so same-sex marriage to these LGBT people. However, this is Supreme Court, this said, they delivered like this. Okay, it is not framing a provision, framing a law is not the function of the Supreme Court of India, is not the function of the judiciary, it is the function of the parliament. So, it is the right of the parliament to decide everything. But at the same time, okay, it is this judgment, though it is declined to grant this right to these people, it is favoring this one. But it is asked, indirectly it is asked the Parliament of India to consider. While giving this judgment, D.Y. Chandrachud, out of these 3, D.Y. Chandrachud was there. He, chief, out of this 3:2 ratio, 2% is the D.Y. Chief Justice. Okay, interestingly, he asked the government, okay, he asked the administration to remove the discrimination regarding various discriminations against these people, include this special marriage, because marriage is not a he delivered Y.V. Chandrachud clearly quoted that this marriage is not static, it is a dynamic. So that is why based on this one, we can give granted to this one. So this final, the essence of this one, though this bench declined, it is favored, it is asked, indirectly asked the parliament or asked the parliament to consider positively to grant this marriage act. This is what the beauty, very beautiful. But because this is truly according to the constitution, it is not the duty, it is not the function of the Supreme Court of India to frame the laws. It is the framing laws is the duty, exclusive, unique right of the Parliament of India. So beautiful judgment, no doubt at all. But however, 34 countries granted. It is a modernized, rational societies. India is already matured democracy to a great extent because it has been passed around the 75 years since it is implemented the Constitution of India. We have been transforming socially, economically, politically. So transformation and merger, unifying with the global order. 34 countries granted. Okay, so they are also our peers, our human beings. They are asking, they are victimizing in the society. Article 377 sections like this one. So in this manner, according to the constitution, according to article 14, the equality before law, equal protection of the law. 15th, no discrimination on the grounds of certain things, same sex, etc., etc. Okay, and other article 19, various freedoms. Article 21, life, right to life. So it is the marriage is an important part, it is an important institution for any society. Include this one. So according to the constitution, they can be implemented, they can be included. According to the constitution, article 14th, article 15th, article 19th, article 21, according to them, they can be included. They can be included in the Special Marriage Act 1954. So, but the only thing is the Parliament should thoroughly consider. So, how to consider? It should convince the various forces which are against to this one, various religious organizations. First of all, so it is not possible to implement suddenly. It will take some time to persuade various groups because being a democratic country, we should persuade them. We should make the public to convey, to make them to adopt to the same-sexual marriages act because millions of the people are there, LGBT people in India. So this is one. So according to the constitution is not against them. But the thing is our thinking process. So according to the constitutional process, we can grant them. So in this way, you should write down article 14th, 15th, 16th, 19th, especially and 21 articles. Okay, Special Marriage Act 1954, recent verdict, 3:2 ratio, LGBT issues, this one, how many people are there? 34 countries have already granted special marriage, same-sex marriages. So these things, this kind of data is important. But the only thing is, here critically analyze, which means you should analyze it. Critical approach. So constitution is not against, but our society is against. Our religious mindset is against. But on the other hand, liberal global ideology, we are unifying in the globalized society. So we are transforming. That is why it is better to provide. But it is not possible at the point of time. So it will take some time. Definitely India may grant this one. But Special Marriages Act, everything. This is the part of the Parliament to amend it, not the part of the, not the function or not the duty of the Supreme Court of India or judicial. So these things we should discuss. Next, second question. Since the independence, the governor's role has persistently been controversial and vexed but unresolved federal issues in our political system. Explain. Despite being highly controversial, why the governor's post cannot be scrapped? Why? Okay, these are the question tags. What explain? Explain is nothing but give reasons with the description, give reason with explanation, give reasons with the discussion. Give reason, explanation is nothing but. Next, why simple one. So since independence, for the last 73 years, okay, the governor's role has been a persistently a controversial issue in our federal system. You know, this is what. Why? What are the reasons? Reasons with explanation. What are the reasons with explanation? 250 words. Okay, these are the two sub questions are there. So it is around 25% or 20% of the question, remaining 80% this one, because that is the major part. Explanation. What are the reasons? The governor's appointing is the major reason. You know,
governor discretionary powers according to this Constitution of India, Article 117 and etc. He has the discretion. For example, Article 356. This is the most controversial issue in India. So for this one, behind this one, the E is main instrumental because the governors are being appointed by the central government. Central government is nothing but whoever in power at the center. They have clear dominance on the states. Though various parties are in power in the states, this central government will have clear dominance on the state governments. So governor is the representative of the central government, representative of the union government. But they are in spirit, they are acting as a representative of the political parties, those who are in the power at the Hastina. So that is the biggest issue. That's why they are acting as the agents of the central party, ruling party. So if there is any opposition parties are there at this state level, that is the major controversy. If you look at the recent issues like the Kerala, the CPM left party is there, at the central BJP is there, at Tamil Nadu DMP is there, at the center BJP is there. That's the controversy. West Bengal, Mamata Banerjee, there was a controversy. In the other state, wherever the opposition parties are there, even in Telangana, okay, there this controversy is happening. If there is a same parties in power, center and state, no controversy is happening, which means it is clearly corroborating that this governors not acting as a representative of the union government or agents of the constitution. They are acting as a agents of those who are in the power of the central government. That is what the main reason. Okay, that is what recent issues like DMP in Kerala. This Kerala governor is threatened to dismiss a minister. You know, constitution is not permitting him. Constitution is not conferring any right on the governor to appoint chief minister, to appoint minister, or to dismiss the minister. Only he has to do according to the provisions of the constitution. He has to do based on the advice of the chief minister according to one article. You know, according to article 153, there should be a governor for each and every state. According to Amendment Act, 7th Amendment, Constitutional Amendment, a same person can act as a governor to 2 states as well. Okay, according to Article 154, okay, he is the head of the executive, and based on this cabinet, state cabinet's advice. Okay, but however, this governor is during these discretionary powers, they are not following the spirit of the constitution. They are prejudicial in nature. That is the main reason. And these recent issues like Kerala, he threatened to dismiss the minister. And in Punjab, in Kerala, in Tamil Nadu, okay, many, even in West Bengal, though these state assemblies, legislative assemblies passed the bill, they are pending. They are not giving their assent. This is the biggest question. That's why yesterday Supreme Court of India, the Chief Justice has asked the governor, it is not augur well for to pending the bills which have been passed by the state legislatures. And also he reminded the governors that you should not be oblivious that you are not being elected by the people. So elected by the people, the state, the chief ministers, etc. You should follow their advice. He reminded the governors. So that indicates a lot. That's the main reason. Okay, another thing is, since independence it has been controversial. There has been many bills, this SR Bommai and various commissions, Sarkari commission, various commissions came appointed against this one. They modified. And even the government of India, in the various verdict, the government of India has given standard of procedures to impose this Article 356. During this process, though the Supreme Court of India is given certain procedure, the central government and governors are not following. That is the biggest issue. And related to appointment, actually, according to the spirit, the Constitution of India did not given any qualifications for deserve for the governors. But however, active politicians should not become the governors. But this central government is appointing governors as a governors from the actively political persons. That's why their thinking is political, and they are loyal to those who are appointed these personalities. They are loyal to the party which appointed them.
rather than the constitution. This is the biggest issue. Like this, you should deeply, profoundly, you should discuss this governance, because that is the persistent problem since independence. It is not a 1 decade problem, 2 years problem, 3 years problem. It is a 75 years problem persistent. So because of this one, despite being is highly controversial, why governance post cannot be scrapped? Okay, it has been a persistent problem, vexed problem since independence. Why don't we scrap this post? Or alternatively create an alternative. Why you can't scrap this one? This is the biggest question. You know, according to the Kashwan and the Bharati Vedek, there is a basic structure of the constitution. Okay, you can amend anything, but we should not disturb the basic structure of the constitution. But this article 53, article 54, there should be one governor at every state. He is the head of the executive at the state. Every administrative process should go on in his name only, which means like a president of India at the central government. So he is the executive head, is the nominal head, which means this is what the federal structure. He is the part and parcel of, or also an integral part of our federal system, our parliamentary democracy. That is why his post is very crucial. If you want to, we can't scrap. Scrapping is nothing but it is disturbing the basic structure of the Indian constitution. That's why we can't scrap this post. So that's what we should discuss. Next, third question. Explain why the national capital. The third question. Explain why the national capital Delhi is chronically facing severe air pollution, which is beyond manageable by all state apparatus. Explore the possible solution to mitigate it. You know, there are two important tasks, but I told you, each and every question is invariably having the 5 components. The first one is task words, or the question words. Second one is keywords. The third one is content words. Fourth one is limiting words. Fifth one is subparts of the question. There are 2 subparts in a question. I will take one class related to this AWACS program, related to this task words, etc., etc. Okay, don't worry. Now explain. What do you mean by explain? Explain is nothing but give reasons with the description. Okay, what are the reasons behind this pollution? Severe chronicle. Chronicle means every year. It's not acute. It is a chronicle. Every year it's a common problem in Delhi. Every year, that too severe air pollution. One of the world's worst polluted city in the world. Top 3rd polluted city in the world. That too capital in terms of worst capital in terms of air pollution in Delhi. Okay, what are the reasons behind it? Number one is, you know, there are 2 important things. That is the stubble burning in the green revolutionized areas of stubble burning in the green revolution. This is what Delhi. Okay, in the Punjab, Haryana, Western UP, and this area. This is the green revolutionized area. Okay, orbit of this green revolution, where rice cultivation, various rich agricultural area, where the number one is stubble burning, agricultural waste is burning clearly. So this is related to air pollution, especially carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, NO2, N2, okay, and particulate matter, PM 2.5, PM 10. Particulate matter, this is important data. This is the particulate matter 2.5 mm particulate matter, this 10 particulate matter, various matter, this is dust, ashes, soot, etc. And also carbon monoxide, nitrogen oxide, nitrous oxide, carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide. These are the pollutants, and especially soot. Okay, these are the main number one reason. That is especially during the winter. It is winter already set in motion. That's why these are the air trapping, this creating a thick haze and smoke in this area. That is the main important pollution area. But more than this is the secondary reason. So everybody is accusing of the farmer, but this is not the major reason. It's a traditional burning is there in that area. But however, it is a very severe in view of the already grave situation. Okay, aggravated situation. Next to the most important primary reason for this one, vehicular pollution in Delhi. Delhi is a uncontrollable city in terms of increasing the vehicles. You know, that is because one of the fastest growing city in the world. Okay, already around 1.5 crore population in the metropolitan area.
Okay, this is the huge urban sprawl from Amritsar to up to Kanpur, Calcutta. A huge urban sprawl, industrial region. Okay, it's a huge. This millions of vehicles are there. Every year lakhs of the vehicles are adding to this one. And also BS4, up to BS4 we are implementing that standard. But still these diesel vehicles are very high. And more than 2 decades old vehicles are also there in Delhi. So that is the major reason. Highly vehicular pollution and uncontrollable pollutants and diesel. Okay, lead and petrol, etc. are there. We have to implement BS4 completely. Okay, this is the major reason. Vehicular pollution is major important. And the third most important is industrial pollution, because this is industrial sprawl, urban sprawl. That is the biggest trouble. Okay, third one. These are the major reasons. The fourth reason, climatic. This North India is a landlocked region where once winter set in motion, they are being trapped because of the smoke and haze is common in that air, climatically and atmospherically every winter, during the early winter and mid-winter. That's why these air pollutants are trapped and create the clouds of the mist and clouds of the smoke and haze. That is the biggest reason, because being a inland areas. And also the surrounding areas is the Himalayas. That's why these are being trapped in this area, clearly, air stagnation in this area. So whenever these climatic conditions are, these cyclonic conditions are there, these are the various. Okay, there are 4 reasons. Number 1, stubble burning. Number 2 is vehicular pollution. That is the primary reason. The third one is industrial pollution. The fourth one is climatic, weather condition. That's why during the winter. This is the chronic problem, especially during early and after during winters only. Not in summers. Remember this one. Okay, these during winters, because of the climate, these pollutants and stubble burning is related to exacerbated the situation in this area. That is the major reason. So what conditions? So explore the possible solution to imagine. Explore, you have to find out the reasons. Okay, the government is doing a lot of things to mitigate it. Odd even policy and these punishments and regulating this stubble to dissuade the farmers to not to burn this one, and various reasons the government is doing, but it is not sufficient. That's why it is beyond manageable by all state apparatus, state mechanism, state administration. But however, explore the few materials. So research should be conducted by the scientists to reduce, to find the alternatives to burning the stubble. That is more important. But that is expensive, costly. Who will bear? The central government should bear the cost. States cannot. Okay, and farmers should be paid something as an incentives, and should to create awareness among the farmers. That is the best way, because we can't control the farmer, because no space, because agriculturally highly fertile, no space to bury this one. So that is the other important. And the other important thing is research. Any chemical or any physical chemical process should be find out to create some alternatives instead of burning. That is important. That's on the part of scientific community. So the government should provide the funds to the CSIR, etc. Should provide the funds to conduct the research into this one alternative to find instead of the burning. Okay, and B4 and BS4 standard should be strictly implemented. Those who crossed the age of the 1 decade age old, this vehicle should be phased out. Odd even policies should be strictly implemented throughout the year, not during the winters only. Okay, another important thing is vehicles should be controlled. For example, in Singapore, in Singapore, if you want to buy any vehicle, you have to pay around 70 lakhs rupees in Indian currency, in Indian currency level. 70 lakh rupees should be paid, should get a certificate to, it has the given power to buy a vehicle. 70 lakhs, it is beyond around the double, triple the cost of the vehicle. Because Singapore, like this, if you want to buy any vehicle in Delhi, there should be some certificate should be issued with a nominal fee of 1 to 2 lakhs, so that the government can control this one. And diesel vehicle should be phased out. That is one way. And electric buses. And even should create the awareness among these students and other commuters, etc. to use the metro, world-class metro instead of the own vehicles. That is the best solutions. And coal burn these power plants, okay, should be displaced from there. That is the best. And should encourage the electric vehicles, EV revolution is there.
That's why in this way you should explore you have to find out the beyond the steps taken by the government. In this way you should give 250 words. The fourth question, what is the Khalistan? What is the Khalistan movement and trace why it is still hunting India? Can India face it? What is the Khalistan movement? Khalistan movement is you should define. Okay, Khalistan movement is a movement which aimed at to create a homeland for the Sikhs, a separate homeland, ethno-religious homeland for the Sikh. For example, in this area, this Indian Punjab is there. This Punjab, huge number of Sikhs are there to create this one. But this Punjab, this Khalistan is also known as a land of Khalsa, a Sikh. According to Indian Constitution, Article 25th, okay, this Sikhism is part of Hinduism, but this Khalistan movement is not accepted. Okay, Sikh is a separate religion. This is the crime of this Khalistan, because they are struggling to separate homeland for the Sikhs since 1930s, before independence. But it has been, this Khalistan movement which include to create a homeland in not only Indian Punjab, even Pakistani Punjab. They are proposing either Lahore or this Chandigarh as a capital city for them. So this greater Khalistan area which include Indian Punjab, Pakistani ruled Punjab, and our Himachal Pradesh and some parts of UP, and also this Chandigarh area, Himachal Pradesh, Haryana also. So this is the biggest shock and biggest challenge to the Indian government to suppress it. Okay, trace. What do you mean by trace? Trace this movement. Trace is nothing but historical chronicle. You should give the chronicle of this history, which means this history of the Khalistan movement. It started in 1930s during the British movement itself. They demanded the British government to create a homeland, but not possible during the independence. Even after independence, they asked. But however, the partition gave a biggest shock to this Khalistan movement. Okay, they stopped for a while, for up to 1960. Since 1930s, it is again started. But during the 1980, by the end of 1980, it reached to zenith, peak stage. Okay, it finally ended in the form of 1984 Operation Blue Star, Bindranwala. He occupied the precincts of this greater sacred, this Hamaswar temple. But Indira ordered to flush out this terrorist. Okay, killed thousands of the people during this one, according to latest reports. Okay, immediately after this one, this Indira was assassinated by the Khalistani, this terrorists. That's why this is followed by the Sikh raids in Delhi, Punjab, Haryana area. Hundreds of the people were dead, Sikhs, because of this Hindus attack against them, especially Congress party followers, etc., etc. So this case is still going on in India, in Indian Supreme Court, still languishing in India. Okay, this is the case. But recently in 2012, in 2022-23, what happened in Canada? Because this Khalistan movement is being supported by Pakistan ISI, especially 1980s. But however, this one IPS officer has flushed out this terrorist from Punjab. Okay, so that is what. But recently ISI is promoting, and the most important resources it is getting, support it is getting from the NRI Sikhs, especially in Canada, Italy, UK, United States of America. The Sikhs, those who are living in these nations, they are providing material and this moral support to this Khalistan movement. Not all, only few people. But recently, this Canadian Prime Minister itself is accused of India, okay, killing this Nijar, a terrorist, a Khalistan movement leader in Canada. It is created the spoiler effect and become a tussle between the Canada and India. But our India was so firm to deal with this Canadian support to this Khalistan movement. So it is become an internationalized issue. That's why it is in limelight. But this is the history of the Khalistan up to Nijar's killing, accusations against the Indian government from 1930s, especially 1984, this one. So simply you should give the historical aspects. And then why it is still hunting India, that is important. Because ISI support, and also the Sikhs, those who are living in Canada, UK, USA, Italy and other European countries are providing material support and moral support to this Khalistan movement. However, randomly, not consistently. But Pakistan is already there, it is supporting it one. This is the biggest trouble. That is why it is still hunting.
And another important is Sikh community is a highly active community, because in India's this is Gorkha rifles, Gorkha rifles, Sikh regiments also there. They are warrior community, highly active, internationalized community, highly materialized, and they are living in the richest area. Okay, they are so firm as far as religious sentiments are coming up. That's why it is still hunting India. But however, can India face it? Yes, India can face it, because Sikh community, those are religiously fervor, they are more patriotic. Okay, now around 95% of the people are not supporting this Khalistan movement. 95% of the Sikh, that is the major reason. And India has creating everything to this one. They are enjoying more rights compared to on par with the developed countries. They are enjoying. On par with Canada, USA, UK, the Indian Sikhs are enjoying every democratic right. That's why India can face it. That is the more important. And also it is an economically developed state, no poor, no poverty, etc., etc. No strong alienation against India. That's why India can easily deal with this problem. In that way, you should discuss. Okay, this keywords and everything. Okay, what I would like to suggest is, please attempt these questions daily. Okay, though you know attempting is different. Attempt, write down. Forget about the quality or quantity. Just attempt it few days. Automatically they will be implemented. There is a tangible implement you can see, we can visualize within a few weeks. Okay, that's why you should maintain consistency as far as attempting this question. Look at the framing of the questions. Highly standard this framing. Myself personally framing these questions. Okay, please avail this one. Thank you very much.